make this banana bread routine, the first thing you want to get is an egg bowl. Then you pour in your 1/4 cup of oil, followed by your half cup of brown sugar. This is half cup of brown sugar, so I make this brown sugar myself with black sugar and normal white sugar. So I'm going to pour it all in. So then you get your whisk and mix together. Then you want to follow with your 1 egg. Then you whisk again. And then you follow with your flour. This is 1 cup of flour. 1 cup of flour. Before you say it, add your half teaspoon of baking powder. Half teaspoon of baking powder. Level. This is it. Then you follow with half teaspoon of baking soda. And follow with half teaspoon of salt. Half teaspoon of salt. That is it. Then you mix everything together. Mix everything together. Then you follow with your half cup of milk. Half cup of milk. And you stir it together. Stir it very well together. Now you want to mash your 3 bananas and pour it inside. You can use your whisk as well to mash this. Just mash it. Before you pour it inside your batter, you mash it very well. 3 bananas is okay for this measurements. You can mash with the spoon. You don't have this. Just make sure you mash it into something like this. Okay. You are going to pour all inside this jar. And then you mix them together and you fold it into this jar. Then you want to follow this with your vanilla flavor. So flavor. Just half teaspoon is okay or 1 teaspoon is fine. So I'm using vanilla flavor. And then you mix everything together. Mix everything together. And your banana bread butter is ready. So now you can go ahead to garnish it with anything you want. Let's see what put it in to make it more yummy and terrible. So this is our banana bread butter. What I have to do now is just to get my banana bread tray and just put it in. So I'll get my 4, let's say 5, 6 of this thing.